Welcome to Streaming News Network, Sunday Edition, by J. Claude McDaniel. News without the hype and biased reporting. Please like and subscribe.
This is J. Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. A Pennsylvania State Police trooper has died after being struck during a commercial vehicle inspection along Interstate 81 in Schuylkill County. Trooper Michael E. Pahira Jr., who had served with the Pennsylvania State Police since 2007, was inspecting a tractor-trailer when another semi-truck left the roadway, collided with the vehicles, and struck him. He later died at a local hospital. Authorities have charged 33-year-old Michael Bond, a Haitian national living in Massachusetts, with homicide by vehicle, involuntary manslaughter, reckless driving, and several additional offenses. Federal immigration officials have also placed an immigration detainer on the suspect after stating he remained in the United States despite a previous order to leave. The case has renewed debate over commercial driver's license eligibility and immigration enforcement involving non-citizen truck drivers. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro remembered Trooper Pahira as a dedicated public servant who had recently returned home to help care for his mother during her cancer treatments. This is J. Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network. President Donald Trump has granted pardons to a group of business owners and truck mechanics convicted in federal vehicle emissions cases, saying they were unfairly prosecuted during the previous administration. In a social media statement, President Trump said the individuals had been persecuted for what he described as simply fixing their car, adding that he believed the cases reflected politically motivated government enforcement. The pardons apply to individuals convicted of modifying or installing equipment that bypassed federally required vehicle emission systems. The administration argued that enforcement actions against them were excessive, harmful to small businesses, and placed unnecessary burdens on workers in the automotive industry. The announcement followed President Trump's signing of a memorandum directing the Environmental Protection Agency to review policies related to vehicle modifications, with the administration stating that Americans should have greater freedom to repair and modify their own vehicles. Federal prosecutors had maintained that bypassing emissions control systems violated the Clean Air Act because such modifications can increase harmful pollutants released into the atmosphere. Supporters of the pardons view the action as correcting government overreach, while critics argue the decision could weaken enforcement of environmental regulations. This is J. Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network. Authorities in Mechanicville are investigating the deaths of 6 family members who were discovered during a welfare check, a tragedy that has deeply shaken the local community. Police identified the victims as 64-year-old Amy Stedman, her 44-year-old daughter Sarah Myers, and Sarah's 4 children, 13-year-old Harper, 11-year-old Hudson, and 10-year-old twins Gavin and Gracelyn Harmon. According to investigators, all 6 were found inside one apartment, despite Amy and Sarah maintaining separate residences within the same housing complex. Officials say relatives were notified before the victims' identities were released publicly. Law enforcement agencies, including local police and the New York State Police, continue to process evidence and determine the timeline and cause of the deaths. Authorities have classified the case as a criminal investigation but have not announced any conclusions regarding the circumstances. Officials emphasize that there is currently no indication of an ongoing threat to the public and have urged residents to avoid speculation while investigators complete their work. The tragedy has prompted an outpouring of support throughout the community, with the local school district offering counseling services for students and families affected by the loss. This is J. Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network. A fire briefly broke out on the Brooklyn Bridge during New York City's annual 4th of July fireworks celebration, prompting a rapid emergency response. Authorities say the fire was reported at approximately 9:32 in the evening, about 30 minutes after the fireworks display began over the East River. Witness videos showed flames and thick black smoke rising from a section of the bridge as fireworks continued overhead. Emergency crews responded quickly and extinguished the fire by approximately 10 o'clock. Officials say no injuries were reported, and preliminary information indicates the blaze was likely caused by fireworks associated with the celebration. Some spectators initially believed the flames were part of the show before realizing an actual fire had broken out. Witnesses described seeing multiple small fires ignite on the bridge, along with heavy smoke before emergency vehicles arrived on the scene. Authorities continue to review the incident, but at this time there are no reports of significant structural damage or any continuing public safety concerns. This is J. Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network. An American pilot has been killed in an armed attack after landing his aircraft in a remote region of Indonesia's Papua province. Authorities identified the pilot as Nicholas F. Goslin, who was flying a cargo aircraft for a regional airline that delivers mail and supplies to isolated communities. Shortly after landing at a remote airstrip, contact with the aircraft was lost. Officials later confirmed that the pilot had been fatally shot and the aircraft was set on fire. 7 local passengers aboard the flight survived the attack without injury. Responsibility for the assault was claimed by the West Papua National Liberation Army, an armed separatist group operating in the region. A spokesperson for the group said the attack was connected to the ongoing conflict between separatist forces and the Indonesian government, alleging the aircraft had supported military operations. Those claims have not been independently verified. The Indonesian National Armed Forces later conducted an operation to recover the pilot's body, which officials said would be transferred to the United States Embassy in Jakarta. The attack highlights continuing violence in Papua, where tensions between indigenous separatist groups and Indonesian security forces have persisted for decades. This is Claude McDaniel of Streaming News Network. Veteran actor Joby Baker has died of natural causes at the age of 92 in Mount Kisco, New York, according to his family. Baker enjoyed a career that spanned more than 3 decades in film and television, becoming known for his comedic performances and memorable supporting roles. Among his best-known appearances was playing Wilbur, the bass player opposite Elvis Presley in the 1965 musical Girl Happy. Television audiences also recognized Baker from the sitcom Good Morning World, where he starred alongside Ronnie Shell. During his career, he appeared in numerous popular series, including The Dick Van Dyke Show and The Alfred Hitchcock Hour. His film credits included Disney productions and several entries in the Gidget series, while later in life he established a successful second career as a painter and sculptor. His artwork was exhibited in galleries across the United States and became part of numerous private collections. Joby Baker is survived by his daughters, extended family, and grandchildren. He leaves behind a legacy of entertainment and creativity that spanned both the screen and the art world. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. New questions are being raised after former Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao traveled to China just days after her husband, Mitch McConnell, was hospitalized following a reported medical emergency. According to published reports, Senator McConnell received emergency medical treatment on June 14 and was transported to a Washington, District of Columbia, hospital. His Senate office has confirmed that he remains hospitalized but says he continues to recover and is working with his staff while the Senate is out of session. 3 days after the reported hospitalization, Chao traveled to Beijing, where she met with Chinese Vice President Han Zheng. Images released by Chinese media showed the two meeting to discuss China-United States relations. The timing of the visit has prompted public interest, with some observers seeking additional information about Senator McConnell's condition and the management of his Senate office during his recovery. However, his staff has not released further medical details beyond stating that the senator continues to improve. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Competitive eating champion Joey Chestnut has claimed his 18th victory at the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, once again dominating the annual 4th of July competition. Chestnut secured the title by consuming 66 hot dogs and buns, earning the championship trophy and a $10,000 prize. Entering the contest as the top-ranked competitive eater, he was widely expected to win. While many fans celebrated another record-setting performance, some viewers focused on a different topic. Chestnut wore promotional jewelry representing Polymarket, a prediction market platform where users can place forecasts on the outcomes of future events. The sponsorship drew criticism on social media, with some fans questioning the connection between the promotion and an event that attracted significant public interest and prediction market activity. Others defended the partnership as a routine sponsorship agreement common in professional sports and entertainment. Despite the online debate, Chestnut's performance reinforced his position as the dominant figure in competitive eating and extended one of the sport's most successful championship streaks. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Music and Hollywood royalty gathered in New York City as Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce celebrated their wedding in a private ceremony at Madison Square Garden. Among those seen leaving the celebration were actor Tom Hanks and music legend Paul McCartney. Reports indicate McCartney also took part in a special musical performance during the reception, joining Stevie Nicks in honoring the newlyweds. The wedding brought together a wide range of celebrities from music, film, and sports while maintaining a high level of privacy for guests. Reports say attendees observed a formal black tie dress code, and the event featured limited public access and strict security measures. The appearance of Paul McCartney comes just weeks after he publicly praised Swift's worldwide influence, comparing her global popularity to that of the Beatles during the height of the band's fame.
Thank you for listening to Streaming News Network videos and our short videos. Please like and subscribe to our news channel.